Hi everyone and welcome to the Complete Dialogflow class. This course was designed for everyone who are interested in developing bots with Google Platform Dialogflow. So whether you are a beginner and need to learn the basic of Dialogflow, or if you're already familiar with Dialogflow, you should learn something useful that would help you to develop AI solution with Dialogflow in this class. My name is Carl Dombrowski. You may or may not know me already. I am a AI developer and I'm also a Medium blogger who write on artificial intelligence. You will also get to know Sal, who is an advanced AI developer who loves the blockchain technology. He's the co-founder of Dialogflow community with me, the largest Dialogflow Facebook community in the world right now. So we designed this class to allow you to learn as much as possible with a series of lectures, some exercises, and some coding challenges to allow you to consolidate your learning. If you have any question while watching this series of tutorials, you can join us on Dialogflow community on Facebook, or you can add me on Facebook and I'll be glad to chat with you and answer your questions. So by the end of this class, you will learn the basic Dialogflow concept. You will be able to train your agent to be smarter and hopefully want to learn more on building AI solution with Dialogflow and with a little bit of coding. Amongst the key elements you will learn, and that some of you may already know a bit about, we will explore everything you should know about intent, entities using context effectively, fulfillment and webhook, and some analytic tools that can be used with Dialogflow. The basic requirements for this class are quite simple. You will need a Gmail account, a Chatfuel account, and a Dialogflow account as well. There will be a few other minor requirements, but we will list them once we need them later in the video tutorials. The best way to learn a new skill is to actively participate, and by that I mean not only watching a video but doing some exercises by yourself. This is why we will present you some coding challenges in order to make sure you understood the material we prepared for you. You can skip these challenges, but if you don't do them, you won't learn as much as you should. So we highly suggest you to do them in order to make sure you can build on the basic concepts that you just learned. So in this class, we will use a virtual assistant use case. I've seen too much restaurant use case, and I believe that virtual assistants are neglected by the bot community, who some of them prefer to do the same lead gen bot over and over again. And I believe that virtual assistant will have a huge potential for businesses in the coming months, because not only they can allow to automate one or several processes within a business, they can also reduce your business costs and increase the employee overall satisfaction by letting the AI agent take care of the repetitive tasks that you or your employee don't really want to do. So what is Dialogflow exactly? Well, to put it simply, Dialogflow is a natural language processing platform which enables to detect the intention behind a user's either text or voice input and recognize them so that it can push back the business logic that you built on behind of Dialogflow. There are several alternatives to Dialogflow. There's with.ai, which is owned by Facebook, and there's Watson, owned by IBM, which both of them are also natural language understanding platform. And there's the usual Chatfuel, CUXO, and ManyChat, which many of you are already aware of, which are drag and drop Lego block flow platform, who are easy to use, but they're really limited in terms of natural language processing capacities. So why should you use Dialogflow instead of other platform? Well, first of all, Dialogflow is by far the most powerful platform in terms of natural language understanding on the market. Beside API.ai, which is Dialogflow former name, was recently bought by Google. This means that it's not a fly-by-night. It won't disappear in a few months, and it won't lack any update. And it's good to know that it has the power of Google behind it. It also integrates with almost every platform you will want to develop bots, such as Facebook Messenger, Slack, Twilio, Amazon, Alexa, to name a few. And finally, it's the smartest platform there is on the market in terms of machine learning algorithms. So as mentioned in the previous slide, we will build a virtual assistant, but more specifically, we will build a hotel concierge virtual assistant who is able to answer a bunch of questions from hotel guests and who can take care of various hotel guests related queries as well. So here is a small summary of the feature we'll build in this class. First, we are going to build a help menu so that user can refer to it if they forget about what the agent can do. Then we will build a series of frequently asked hotel-related questions. We'll also build intent and entities that allow hotel guests to make some requests from hotel concierge agents. And finally, we will build a discussion between our agent and a user in order to demonstrate how Dialogflow context works. Before we start with building an agent with Dialogflow, it's important to discuss a crucial aspect that is sometimes overlooked by many bot developers, which is conversation design. You can learn to build great AI with Dialogflow on a functional perspective, but if you don't build a good conversation user experience, your user will not engage with your bot, at least not for a long time. Conversation design is the process of building the conversational user experience, like we can call it CUX. It flow between the user and the agent. And to put it simply, conversation design is the art of crafting the expected conversation flow between an agent or a bot and its user as well. Human beings by nature are sometimes unpredictable, and their response to a question are also unpredictable. A conversation can shift because of our emotional involvement, for example, or because some people like to be sarcastic, but there are a certain pattern most of us obey to. Consider the following confirmation from a hotel booking. The user can either respond in an affirmative way with a yes or okay, or respond in a negative fashion by saying no. If the response is yes, we tend to only respond by saying a simple yes, or indeed, or okay, or that's correct. But if the response is no, the answer might get more complex, such as answers like, no, I said 2 people for July 1st, or no, you got the number of guests right, but not the date. This is why your conversation design flow must be able to handle this type of response, or at the very least, be proactive and guide the user in these particular situations. But don't worry, we will explore these issues in the class while we build our agent. Predicting the dialogue is not the only thing you need to consider when building your conversational UX. Your agent needs to guide the conversation by providing acknowledgements, confirmations, or suggestions, and these are only a few examples of the conversation design element we will explore. On top of conversation component, you will also need to master the different type of question your bot will ask and what are the expected response to this question. Alternative questions are quite straightforward. The user either respond by A or by B. Same goes for yes and no question, but numerical-oriented question might lead to unplanned responses. In any given conversation between a user and an agent, errors may occur because your agent did not understood the user's input. Your conversation flow will need to be able to respond to these potential errors. In this example, the user answers something vague instead of ordering some food item on the menu. Instead of answering something generic like, I didn't get that, the answer redirect the user to the option available, which is much more efficient. Your agent conversational design need not only to have a solid error handling system, it also need to answer non-expected answers such as this one. In this scenario, the expected answer are numbers, but some user would respond with a non-numerical fashion. but don't worry, we will get through a series of examples in another video tutorial. In order to prevent unplanned answer or to reduce the number of questions which confuse the users, you need to provide some guidance on how the user should answer the agent's question. For example, offer some choices available for them to answer, like in this example. So that's it, guys, for the first video tutorial. We could cover many more conversational design topics in this first video, but don't worry, we'll talk about some of this later in all the tutorials that we will go through. And in the next video, we will start building our agent, and we will explore the various type of entities. We will create our first intent, and we'll build and we'll discuss how these two components are crucial concept you need to master in order to build great Dialogflow agent. I hope you like this video, and if you have any question, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you want to get notified on the other videos that we're gonna go with and that we're gonna provide for you. So thanks for watching this video, and see you in the next one.